During the holidays, you might have a drink or two with friends and family, but think twice before you get behind the wheel. In this week's Know the Law segment, Tom Sinas is here to talk about the costs of drunk driving, and this gets really expensive.
Really expensive, really quick. So let's go over the basics. Obviously, everyone knows you shouldn't drink and drive, right? But let's put a little bit more meat on that bone. So drinking and driving is sometimes also called driving under the influence or driving while intoxicated. It's all really the same concept. In Michigan, it is illegal to drive with a blood alcohol level higher than 0.08. There was a time when it was 0.1, but it's 0.08. So if your blood alcohol level is above that, you're in violation of the law. So what happens if you get caught? Well, it depends on how many times you've done it. The first couple of times, the first 2 times, those are typically misdemeanor offenses. Now, they aren't misdemeanor offenses without consequences, but they're misdemeanor offenses. If you have 3 drunk driving offenses within a certain period of time, the 3rd offense alone can be a felony. Remember, the difference between a misdemeanor and a felony is a crime that's punishable by a year or more in jail or prison.
Put you behind bars can affect how you go out looking for a job. It can affect if you can vote.
That's right, exactly. But what if it's just your first or second? Well, this is still pretty significant. The cost of a drunk driving offense right now are estimated to be about $10,000. And that doesn't include paying for a lawyer if you choose to hire one. That includes everything from court-mandated fines, court costs, substance abuse counseling, interlock devices on your car, and those fines rack up really quickly, and they apply pretty much to everyone. So you got to ask yourself, well, yeah, maybe it's only a misdemeanor, but it's a $10,000 misdemeanor. Not to mention the effect that it'll have on the cost of your auto insurance.
Let's talk about the new law that came out a few years ago, super drunk, because they break it down to people that are drinking even more than that.
That's right. In 2010, we passed a law that we do refer to as the super drunk law, and it differentiates on blood alcohol level. If you have a blood alcohol level of more than 0.17, you are what the law calls super drunk. And that means that you can be subject to a lot more stifle penalties right away, regardless of whether you've had 2 prior offenses. More time in jail, higher court costs, higher fines, and a longer suspension in your license. Not to mention the even more extreme consequences for your own auto insurance if you've been convicted of a super drunk offense.
Yeah, let's talk about how that affects people, because for a lot of people, that means they're not going to drive because they can't afford to drive anymore.
That's right, and that imposes a whole other layer of problems and cost and complication in their lives. But let's not forget one other thing. What if you hurt someone while you've been drinking and driving? If you hurt someone or you kill someone, that offense is a felony. That means you are more likely going to jail or prison, and you could go for a very, very long time.
And you could be legally liable, have to pay a lot more when it comes to having to pay for liabilities.
That's right. So everyone said it a million times, but you can't say it enough. Think very carefully before you make that decision.
Good advice, and if somebody has legal questions, they can call you at your office.
Yes, they can. Grand Rapids, 616-301-3333. They can find us online at sinasdramis.com.
It's good to know the law.
It is. Thanks, Christian.
Thanks.